And then I try to adjust my retrieve so that I'm just above the grass edge there. I mean to tell you, that is a big one.
Welcome to our channel. My name is Annie. Shooting, fishing, and outdoors. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Good job.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, December the 13th, and this is the first time I've been out fishing in a minute. And anyway, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk about my approach for winter fishing on Lake Guntersville. I'm not great at scoping and all that stuff, but still, wintertime is probably my favorite time to fish. I've caught some scoping, like, shaking the minnow and stuff, but there are other ways to catch these bass in the winter. And the cool thing about winter fishing is, man, a lot of times these bass will group up in predictable spots. Some duck hunters over there. So I'm going to show you guys my boat here and kind of what I have in it. I mean, honestly, this is probably what I'm going to have in my boat now through like the beginning of March. All right, guys, there you go. It's a lot of 3.3 inch Kytex. A lot of 3.3s. I do have some 3.8s. If you could have three colors, this is what I like to have. This is Tennessee shad. I got a big old pack of those. If you got a little bit of stain, I like this original sexy shad. It's hard to say. Sheshy shad is what I'm trying to say. Sexy shad. And then these are my two like more stained water options. This smoking white still has a nice little glow to it, but it's a little more natural looking. But then if you've been pretty good stained water, just old French pearl. But let's start fishing, and we'll start talking about what I like to look for and how I like to fish this Alabama rig. My first choice for the winter months is an Alabama rig. There's a reason the pros can't fish it. It is very effective. I don't have many baits on the deck, but I got a bladed and a non-bladed Alabama rig there. That's that Stealth Lures rig. A jerk bait and a minnow. So I'm about to get all these kind of rigged up and we're gonna start fishing. There we go. That's a good one. Oh no, he's not that big. He's just little. I put him sideways. There you go, boys. It's the first bass I've caught on Guntersville in a minute. There's a bunch of them here. Some spot. Little dude. He needs to eat. While the duck hunters. You out there. Oh boy, they are feeding on shad right here. I saw him come up and hit it. That's not a that's not a duck. Yeah. Right. 213. Quite three. That's fat. Look how fat. Look how fat that fish is. Just a little butterball. Alright, I'm going to show y'all where or how I caught that bass. Kind of what it looks like here. Alright, I got a little close, but whenever I caught that bass, I was backed off a little bit. I really like fishing these like drops like this, where there's a grass edge, what ends up happening, those bass, and you can kind of, I think I even can see some more kind of in this little area here. You can see, I mean, they're 5 feet, like 6 feet. Like you would be surprised. I know I was surprised. Like, I thought like all these bass would go deep, and a lot of them do go deeper in the winter, but on Guntersville with this grass, man, they stay pretty dadgum shallow. So anyway, I like to throw up and work that Alabama rig about a foot or two above the contour. So what I'm saying, like, I don't throw up here and then just bring it straight across. So I adjust, you know, I'm using live scope. So I, you know, see my A-rig, and then I try to adjust my retrieve so that I'm just above the grass edge there, just above the bottom. And what you end up getting, you can still get like a reaction bite. So for example, like whenever I bring it off right here. If I just kept the same retrieve, I'm gonna bring it off this edge. Now, yeah, you may have some and see it and shoot up there and hit it. I've caught some like that. But in the winter months, they're a little more lethargic. So if he sees it here, I think more times than not, they're not gonna chase it 10 feet and shoot up and hit it. You're gonna have to still get a reaction bite by bringing it down that contour. So you just slow your retrieve and let it kind of fall down this contour. You're still in the game. But that's kind of what I look for when I'm fishing this Alabama rig. And then a lot of times what'll end up happening is you'll have a follower, and the follower will come out into this, you know, off this edge here, off this drop, and just kind of suspend out here. And sometimes you can pick up your jerk bait. Now, I'm too close to the edge here. I would want to be back off probably another 20 feet. And you can throw your jerk bait and pop it down. And sometimes you can catch that suspended bass off this drop with a jerk bait, kind of as a follow-up bait. A really good approach if you have a co-angler is to have your guy at the trolling motor throwing the Alabama rig, and then the co-angler behind you cleaning up with a jerk bait, because you end up having a lot of bass come off and follow but won't commit to that Alabama rig. I had a good buddy a few years ago. That's what we did, and man, he outfished me. I was pulling him off the drop here, and then he was cleaning me up with a jerk bait and just going to town. So anyway, just wanted to show y'all. Just caught that bass there, and hopefully we'll catch a few more here. All right, here's a really good example. I thought I just spot locked for a second. I'm kind of working my way up this bank, and this is that drop. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm kind of throwing, well, I got my little turret with my live scope kind of going at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm just easing down this bank here, and I'm just very thorough, just kind of throwing that A-rig, and I'm throwing it up here, you know, 60, 70 feet, letting it drop down, and then I'm just working that contour down and trying to cover water. And yeah, that's kind of my approach. But like I said, the whole key is whenever you're bringing it down, and when you get to the break, slow your retrieve a little and let it kind of fall down that break instead of just keeping it going straight across. Work that contour down. I mean, not like in the grass, obviously, but you know, like a foot or two above it. That way you're still kind of getting a reaction bite. Little bitty. Catching them, just no size today. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, baby. It's another fat one. That one's gonna push. It's gonna push 3. Just little footballs, man. All right, nice one. 3-1. Little football, man. Awesome. Oh, there he comes. Got him. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. Probably 3.5. There's a little point coming out here, and the grass comes up to about 6-7 feet, and I'm keeping it about 2 feet above that grass. And I saw him dart from the bottom. I literally was anticipating the bite before he hit it, and then he doop. But I say he's 3.5. He's skinny. So those other ones were shorter but fatter. So this one, I don't even know that this one's gonna go 3. He's nice. He's long. But if you're gonna fish a tournament, that's not gonna help you right there. At least on Guntersville, it's not gonna help you. Another thing too, like, you gotta have, obviously, like, you don't want to be fishing this in like muddy water, but like too clear is not good either. This is a really nice, like, it's a little bit of light stain to it. So, you know, I'm actually still throwing a very natural, this light hitch color swim bait, and they see it, they're hitting it. There he is. So this little spot here, ooh, that's a good one. This little spot here is about 9 feet, and it's pretty loaded here. This is a better fish right here. Are we gonna start playing the drums here, or is this a really big bass? Oh, it is a big bass. No, I just got him foul hooked. It is a big bass. It's a big one. I'm awful at judging weight, but this is a 5-pounder for sure. Boys, that's a chunk right there. It's a 5 all day right there. It's a big one. Let's see what that one weighs. All right, guys, 5 pounds on the dot. That's a big one. All right, I'm gonna talk about this stealth rig, Stealth Lures stealth rig here. I really like it, but maybe not for the reasons you would think. It's kind of like a translucent, I have no idea what kind of plastic or whatever it's made out of. But the reason I like it so much, a lot of these rigs that are made with wire, just like the flex rigs and stuff, you know, they make them with a lighter wire so that it will like flex naturally. Well, the cool thing about this, man, this thing, it obviously has a lot of flex, and you would think that it would like collapse on itself. It very rarely does, honestly. The translucent is a really big deal as well. The reason I like this so much is, man, my hookup ratio. I very rarely lose any on this. And if y'all have ever used an Alabama rig much, especially those lighter wire rigs, that 5-pounder I just caught, if I'd had a lighter wire rig, dude, it would have been mangled, let me tell you, because I know it's happened before. Man, the cool thing about this, you catch one, and it goes right back to the position it was in before. You don't have to straighten your wires out and things like that. This thing's legit, man. I really like it. But like I said, a lot of people think, oh, well, you just like it because of this is translucent and, you know, they can't see it. That's not really the reason this thing is dadgum durable. It goes right back into place. My hookup ratio is like super high with this thing. I very rarely lose a bass with this thing. I like it. So, but also too, I'll say this too, I like the non-bladed. There's a time and place for the bladed A-rigs. The times I like the bladed ones is if I got some wind. Today it's barely any wind at all today. It's pretty dang slick calm. The water I'm in's got a little stain to it, but I'm still opting for the super natural looking, this light hitch color. And so far I'm catching them. But like I said, my three, I say three, I'll say four go-to colors. You really need three. I'm gonna say Tennessee shad and light hitch are about the same. So I'm gonna put those in the same kind of group together. I like that original sexy shad, and honestly this water has enough tinge to it. I probably could get away with doing the original sexy shad, but if you really got some stain, I like that French pearl or that smoking white. But if there's no wind, I like the non-bladed version. If I do get a little bit of wind, a little chop on the water, then I like the blades to give a little extra flash. All right, let's see if we can catch another one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Unless I got him foul hooked. I got him foul hooked. Big. He knocked slack in it though. That little dude. Got him. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's a 4. God, maybe bigger than that. It's just a really fat. God, what a fat fish. Holy cow. Dang. Turned out to be a really good day. Tell you what, I said this is a 4-pounder. This sucker's so fat, he may push 5. I mean to tell you, that is a big one. Yeah, it's bigger than the other one. Holy cow. Let's do this again. Sure we're clear. All right. 5'6". That's what I'm talking about. I got almost 18.5 pounds. That is a chunk right there. Holy cow. 5 pounds, 6 ounces. That was a big one. I saw her get in behind it. I didn't think she was going to commit, and she did. I mean, she was 20 feet from the boat. She did it. All right, one thing I'll tell you guys, this might kind of help you out. So I've caught some smaller ones, and I say small, like 3 pounds less, 2 and 3 pounders up more shallow. These two, like, show enough big ones that I've caught have been in 9 and 10 feet of water. So maybe there's something there. All right, one more thing. I'm gonna talk about this the spot. So there's a hard grass edge, and a pretty good, like the contour kind of drops off pretty steep. It's south facing, okay? In my opinion, I got that going for me here. It's south facing, okay? So it's getting sun, but also too we got a little south wind blowing in here on this little spot here too. So I think it's gonna, you know, they're gonna set up here on this little drop on this edge, and as the, you know, any shad or anything comes by them, they can ambush them. In my opinion, that's what I got going for me here. Oh boy, this boat flipped like a whoopee. That may put me over 20 right there. Dude, these bass, they are so healthy. 313. This lake is awesome. So, this next, well, kind of leading up, it's gonna be a real cold night tonight and then Sunday. And then we're gonna go on a little bit of a warming trend. So, boys, I'm telling you, give the deer a little bit of a break. Come out and catch some bass. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I ended up with 20 pounds, 1 ounce, and pretty solid day. Everything on the Alabama rig except for, I did catch one little bitty one on a jerkbait. But yeah, I just kept that Alabama rig in my hand. Everything on the non-bladed one, with the water clarity we had today, I ended up going with the light hitch color, 3.3 inch Kitex. And yeah, they were hitting it pretty good. I had a few kind of get in behind it and follow it and wouldn't commit, but you're always gonna have that with the Alabama rig. But overall, man, pretty good day. And this bite's gonna be good throughout December, January, all of February. Heck, even the first half of March, it'll be pretty good still. So, yeah, man, if you've never tried throwing an Alabama rig out on Lake Guntersville, you need to. We're supposed to have a little warming trend as we get closer to Christmas. Man, get out this next week. Fish are biting. But yeah, guys, get out, get you an Alabama rig, get you some of these 3.3 inch Kitex, slinging around. You're gonna get bit. Like I said, just kind of having fun today and caught 20 pounds. If I can catch 20 pounds, you can catch 20 pounds. All right, guys, hope y'all enjoyed that video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and spend some time with the good Lord this week. We'll catch you on the next video.